It is for real. Season begins here. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
Here's the fullback, Ricard. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's
second down. Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
And it's third down.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Raven first down.
First down. It's a gain of 10.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
From 29, here's second down and 3.
Second and 3.
From the gun, Jackson. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Baltimore, first down. It's a gain of 6.
Now it's Jackson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Makes it second and 10 at the 23.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Not what you want to see. Quarter 1 of week 1. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
3-yard attempt.
His kick is good. And the Ravens are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
The Bills offense are heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 13th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There can be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Allen. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
Nate Wiggins on the coverage.
Allen going to give it to Cook. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Marlon Humphrey is there to bring him down. Third down and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
The tackle by Trenton Simpson. A gain of a yard. Brings up
He'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
On third down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
It's fourth down.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Prater's kick is good. And the Bills will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. So on come the Ravens, and Greg, what a story again last year, 12-5, 13-4 the year before that. Regular season, they have been as good as almost anyone in the NFL, but it's the story if you're living in the AFC. Get over that hump, whether it's Buffalo or Kansas City. It's hard to get to the big game on this side of the draw.
Oh, there's no question. And I think if you're Baltimore and you're Buffalo and you look around and you say, man, we should have a couple Super Bowl titles. If we were living in a non-Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era, maybe teams would look at us a little bit different than they do, but they just need to continue to stay the course. Lamar Jackson, one of the best players, regardless of position, in the entire league, multiple-time MVP winner, so they have a Super Bowl roster. Let's not make no mistake about it. They need to just continue to hold serve in the regular season, continue to play for division titles, get as many home playoff games as possible, so when the money's on the line and trips to Super Bowl on the line, they need these games to come through Baltimore.
It's a gain of
First
10.
catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. Now Jackson, this a designed run, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. In motion goes Likely.
A gain of 13 yards.
Al Lamar going to hang on to it, and he won't try to risk much more. Sliding down, a gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup.
Just shy of midfield. Here's second down.
At their 49-yard line.
He'll run again.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Third and short, Jackson. And that is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it's going to be fourth down.
Formation for the Ravens.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So, Greg, here are the Bills. What a year last year. 13-4, beat the Broncos and the Ravens in the playoffs. But once again, ran into Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Anything that we can say is that one thing to get them to the big game this time?
Well, I mean, we'd probably start with they need Patrick Mahomes to retire. And, but in all seriousness, Mike, I think when you look at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it's one of those things where they just happen to exist in a generationally great team in the Kansas City Chiefs, and one of the greatest players we've seen in the last 25 years at quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. So they just need, as hard as it is, they just need to continue to chip away. Just continue to go. They can't make Kansas City the boogeyman, because all of a sudden now that starts to get into your head. Continue to win. Continue to win the division. Continue to get home playoff games. And if they keep knocking at the door, eventually they're going to get over that hump, because Josh Allen and this roster, they are a Super Bowl contending team. They just got to find a way to get over the hump in the game that matters.
Big play there for the Bills. 32 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. So one quarter in the books on our first Sunday night telecast of the year. All even, 3 apiece, the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with first and 10. Well, here down the field will fall incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down. On second down, Cook. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down. He gets this complete to Shakir, and he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on fourth down. And, they slipped him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
It's a loss of a yard.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's second and 11. From the gun, Josh Allen. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have a Bills first down as they are able to keep this drive moving.
That's another Bills first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he's in! Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills take a 10-3 lead.
Ravens 3.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it's Mitchell. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to 23-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined this division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
And you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team, though, is what kind of jump can we expect, Mike, from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I agree with you, because if you think about the toughness and the physicality, Cincinnati can put up points in an electrifying fashion, and even the 1 year Cleveland was up near the top of the division, they did that as well. But you come back to that defensive side of the ball, and when I look at these teams, Greg, I just think, man, these are defenses that can stop anybody in the league, and that's where you've got to invest in this division.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so fascinating about Cincinnati is they're kind of the outlier. They're the pass-heavy, they're the spread attack, they've got unbelievable weapons on the outside. Obviously, Joe Burrow, quarterback. But it was the defense, and you said it, their inability to be as good on the defensive side of the ball as Baltimore, as Pittsburgh, traditionally, but especially last year, is really what allowed them to be the odd man looking in when they missed the playoffs. So I think if Cincinnati can just improve a little bit on defense, they have the offense to now enter and make it a three-man race in the AFC North.
At the 37-yard line.
On second down, Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and
Allen on 3rd down. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because
the rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line. Greg Rousseau taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left. And for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And they'll get maybe a yard out of that. Not nearly enough. It'll be 4th down.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
Ravens bring their punt team out as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. This returnable for Hardman. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bills offense ready to take over once again. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch rate.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And, Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So, no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. He's got his big tight end. Dalton for Josh Allen, the reigning MVP of the NFL. First touchdown pass of this 2025 season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense getting set to get back to work. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams. But I think it's the guys the Rams signed to replace him. Davante Adams, I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
Jackson going to keep it himself. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Now, Jackson. That's the rookie first rounder, Maxwell Hairston. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick on this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
The Bills offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. You got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Michael Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
43-yard line.
2nd and 11. One more time going up top without. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here comes 3rd and 6. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This from 40 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Bills first down.
Here's the first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Malachi starts that first-round pick up from his safety spot to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
The Ravens offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough deal.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
Play action now. Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And he will get into the end zone. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens.
He's lined up one-on-one, and it's a mismatch from the very beginning. He's just so fast, so big. He's kind of part tight end, part wide receiver, and when you have that type of skill set, it's just going to be hard to stop.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Bills 20, Ravens 10.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Fake the handoff, and now it's Allen. He's got his tight end, Kincaid. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
And 7 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Allen going to throw again. He'll swing this one out to Kirk, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32.
They'll run the draw with Cook. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a first down.
7-yard gain. That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Allen working from the pistol. That's going to be caught by Kincaid. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's out. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up. There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, here's Davis.
Number 22, Ray Davis, the ball carrier. The tackle by Trenton Simpson. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down and 1.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bills will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
On the return, it's Mitchell. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Pass caught left side by Likely. to a gain of just a couple and sets up third
It's a
down.
gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
And the pistol, Jackson ready. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Good for a Baltimore first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35.
Gain of 20 more yards.
Oh, run play. This is Hill. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
In motion goes Likely. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Jackson, so nimble. He's got the first down and wisely gives himself up at the end. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. And the Ravens going to be set up with 1st and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
Baltimore first down. 1st and goal, Baltimore.
No handoff. He'll keep it himself. And he will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. That his 2nd touchdown tonight.
This is one of the more impressive drives that we've seen in a while here, Mike, and to cap it off, it's a simple read option, but for some reason, the defense just doesn't account for the quarterback keeping the ball, and by the time they realize who has it, he's in the open field and on his way for 6.
Makes the score Bills 23, Ravens 17.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he skips away nicely from that first defender. It's a pickup of 5.
He's tackled at the 32
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Zone read, it's a give to Davis. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start out 1st down and 10. off the play fake. Jackson. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the Baltimore first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Ravens.
They'll run it on first down with Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Henry, the ball carrier.
From the 41. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 41-yard line.
Jackson now. That's to the tight end, Pollard. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for Baltimore.
In motion comes Andrews. Short, complete to Likely. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Bills' 40-yard line.
This is Henry. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Baltimore first down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Baltimore.
From the gun, Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Ronnie Stanley, the former 6th overall pick. Give it to you there. On play action, here's Jackson. That is intercepted. Picked off by Taron Johnson. And the Bills will take over possession here at the 44.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback. Because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Allen going to give this to Davis. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
16 yards. That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the ground once more, it's Davis. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
From the gun, here is Allen. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. But there is a flag down into the play. Back by the quarterback. Let's see. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Allen. First down throw there is incomplete.
Intended for
2nd and 10.
Shakir. Incomplete. Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
To throw is Allen. Now screen will be set up for Davis. And he'll get forward, give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
To the air once more is Allen. Down inside the 10. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bills first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense.
That one, take it in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Buffalo. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
For a 2-point conversion.
On the zone read, he'll keep it himself. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful.
The zone read concept down here near the goal line is a great play. We used to run it for years with Cam Newton with the Carolina Panthers. You're counting on the quarterback identifying who is the unblocked defensive end. If he bites on the running back, it's what they call a pull read, and he keeps it. If he plays soft, anticipating the quarterback, it's what they call a give read, and the back takes it in.
Justice Hill to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Back to throw, Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. He's got room past the 35. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And the Baltimore 1st down.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Here's the give to Henry running right. And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards.
He's brought down at the 39.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
2nd and inches.
On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And his left side and caught by Flowers. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On the option, they give it to Henry. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. That's on the center, Tyler Linderbaum. In motion goes Likely. Play action now. Jackson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
13 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Jackson looking to throw. That is caught. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Luke now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Ravens have cut the deficit to 5.
Ravens 24.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Throwing now, Allen here on first down. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. And let's see what caused it. That's on the veteran, Dion Dawkins. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Throw on the run is complete. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Brings up second down.
On play action, Allen. Open man downfield, it's Kincaid. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 31 yards. That's good for Bills.
On the handoff, it's Davis. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He'll go again with Davis. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. Play action. Here's Allen. To the left side. It's caught by Shakir. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
So, a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. Now it is first and goal. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. This one complete to Palmer. Ball at the 3, second down and goal.
A 9-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Allen now off the bootleg. It is brought in the end zone. Brandon Cooks, touchdown Buffalo. That is second touchdown now here in the season opener. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So now, Frater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. Open man is beaten. He's got him. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Henry. And they're finally going to bring him down. It's a 1st down if it stands, but maybe a hold set him free. Now, on 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And he'll get about 12 yards here as he's out of bounds. That'll make things a little easier on 3rd down. Here's Henry. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. He's going to have a Ravens 1st down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going. And that's going to be incomplete. But now a marker comes flying in late behind the line of scrimmage. Might we get a roughing the passer call here? One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need, they have to score twice. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. Open man is Tylan Wallace. It is 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Jackson. That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they failed to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Jackson going to keep it himself. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Ravens have cut the deficit to 5.
Ravens 31.
With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. 1 timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Bills. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.